Hi there and welcome back, dear friends and deep thinkers, to the Empire of Portugal. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna do the good old song? We're gonna do the good old song. The Muhammadid Grand Emirate, one of the strongest Ashari faiths out there, realms out there. And the Ashari faith has grown into the east even further, just as the Catholic faith has grown. My goodness, there's Adamite faith here. God. Yeah, well, the Adamite faith is also growing, but that's another problem. We consider them evil. Not we personally. Them personally, but the faith is evil for us. And so we're going to declare a war on evil. How about the Visigoth Empire? Oh, it's not that big, but it's something. They have no allies and are in debt. I would say they're ripe for the taking. Look, there's even their army exactly there. Rally our men-at-arms here. And the Holy Order. The Holy Order. Yeah. So Mayor Facundo the Chivalrous. The most flexible man out there. Nah, I think we're gonna go for like brute force. This unyielding defender and reaver. And pure man of the purest will be good enough for us. Let's go forward and take our lands. Charge! Adamite populists. We will have to fight the Adamite as soon as we can. And they're gonna go away. I'm going to follow them. Charge! Alright, we're going to go back. As they're fleeing as well, into their own realms, curiously. We're going to distribute. First we have our uncle, I think. He's going to go here. And we have our own army will go to Masbadhan. Our goal is it to, to be quick. To be quick. A secret exposed. More affairs. A murder attempt. Thanks to the life of, to the family connections, he survived the murder attempt. Nice. Nice stuff. So is our family unkillable now? We'll see. Everybody working to siege. There's a snake at court. Have you no shame? These serpentine Buddhae. Okay. We're well supplied. We can supply on. And the foolish of Nicaea is going for another cultural change, and we might too. Maybe the last cultural change. There's, I think, something that we can now add. Not that it matters much, but it's cool that we can do that, and so we'll do that, right? Why has it come so far? Because we have always we have started relatively late with adding these things, so it's just a little bit, what can I say, bad. Battlefield looters? No. Don't want to get in. Gold from battles, we're beyond that. Frugal armorers? Horse breeders? That would be very chivalric. Only the strong? No, we're egalitarian. Reverence for veterans? Yeah, that's nice. Stand and fight. Strength in numbers? No. Winter warriors, warriors of the dry, warrior priests could be. Warrior priests is something. Then we have martial admiration. Yeah. I think it's going for that. Martial admiration. Martial education traits are more valued. The bumbling squire, confident knight, formidable banneret, and famous champion traits are more valued. Blade master traits have additional bonuses. Craven and content traits are looked down upon. Knights are slightly more prone to injury during battles because they're so eager, may challenge rivals to single combat, inflicting stress if you win. Injury resistance is also higher, and the number of knights goes forward. So we'll go for that. That is definitely something that we see as our culture. A culture of knights. We'll also go for that personally, right? So, soldiers of lesser fortune? No. We'll go for a man's home, control defender advantage. Control territory defender advantage. While doing that, we will siege, and siege more. There is going to be some kind of battle here. We'll see. There's more hybridizations. I'm going to siege more. There's some armies coming on here. We'll see if we can meet them. We can go this way now. Our knights will strike. Yeah, I think we'll go over to Hamdan. Ourselves. You will go to the Ark of Quam. I'll just go and stay here. Naked court. Have you no shame, guards? Our neighbor Khan Bickley has won against Duke Bilsey. Against the Azatru guy. Okay. Interesting thing. We have had Quam now. That's the Faribos. I think we might go into that direction. Go to Sanja. Another secret exposed. How could she defile the sanctity of her marriage? Guards! The scheme at court. Oh well. This is how we do it. Another secret exposed. So we're sieging this. Let's siege Alamut as well, maybe. Is Alamut also? Yeah, Alamut is also on that horizon. Amiable, run away! Oh my god, he suddenly runs off into the Armlands. Hail, Amiable, heal, wait for me! People dying in my dungeons? Well, no wonder. Quaswin. Run away! Just I searched for a long time, but not a sign of Amiable can be found. Just as I'm about to leave, my friend Duke Rodrigo appears out of nowhere. Amiable in tow. My friend, I do believe you lost someone. Such luck. Thank you so much, Rodrigo. Wonderful. We've sieged Some lustrous lamella armor. Oh well. Surely you will accept this. Yes, yes, I mean, that's how it goes. That is how it goes. And we have had a couple of other things. We can develop the capital. Wonderful. The diligent planning is paying off. Also host a feast after we've distributed what we've just won. We have the Kingdom of Jazeera. And look at that, our grandson and vassal, in direct line for us, has could take this on. On the other hand, who is here? Our uncle, King Fruela of Mesopotamia. He could also take some things. On the other hand, what is it with him? Infante Azor. Oh well, oh well, oh well. Our uncle. Woo. He's just 16 and feeling fine. He's brutally mauled, my goodness. The poor guy. He was always the favorite. Oh, he's got a kid. Already got a kid. Interesting. Well, he was pretty quick. Was he brutally mauled there? I don't know. Oh well, oh well, oh well. Our son doesn't manage to keep these lands, does he? Well, we'll try again. Good one. We'll try again. You have enough duchies, do you? Yes, you have 2 duchies and a couple of kingdoms. You'll just keep these lands here. That's good for you. Yeah, and you're definitely powerful enough to hold them if you want to. Good, good, good. And this means we can host an exotic feast. Yay! We'll be so much de-stressed from that. It's crazy. A cheery gathering. The mood is bright and spirits are high as the feast begins. Wonderful. And at the feast, these betrothed will get married. Wonderful. The high table breaks and we end up with King Bore En Sa of Kong. And Duke Melendo took it poorly. But on the other hand, King Nunu displayed grace and humility among his lessons. King Bore becomes our friend. Nice! And we're nearly the same age. Wonderful. A friendship. As my guests leave, they seem to depart in good spirits. I'm also relieved to see that King Bore Enasa does not depart without saying farewell. We both know we'll be seeing each other again soon. What a man! And another child. Oh, a perfect one. Well, he's not strong, but otherwise, who should educate this pure blood? Oh. How shall we call him? Albino is the way for us. If we can, though. Not and pressed claims. Catherine Carling Southwark. Wonderful. Factions have disbanded. Just what we want to hear. You can ask for gold. Artifacts of low durability. The Serpentine Budai. Oh goodness. The lustrous lamella armor. And prisoners, of course, can be ransomed. Ransom them all. Wonderful. What's happening? Ransom? Yes, yes, of course. Another child, this time Ponce. Oh, we have such good kids upcoming. Who shall educate this possible mountain of the battlefield? And who should be his spouse? Iana Velasquez Robertine-san. Wonderful. May you grow strong and wise. Oh, and another son. Lopi. We have so many Lopis. Paul. Let's call him Paul. He'll be a great knight as well. And, well, our wife will show him. And one day he will marry. Yolanta, maybe? I don't know. Sofia Arpad-Pinsk, rather. She's healthier. May you grow strong and wise, little one. Can call for a hunt, but people are dying in the dungeons. That's not good. That's not something we want. Let's have a look. Maybe we can release these people. You'll be released. Ahmad Fatzadeh. Masterful Steward. Then an interesting mastermind philosopher. Vakaria. He's a Sayyid. Yeah, most of them are now immune to conversion. Naznadz Vazitid. She will convert. Suthoi. Most of them have absolutely nothing. Abbas Vazitid. Yeah, we don't need so many people, so we'll usually just convert them, because that's what we want to do. And if we cannot convert them, we'll release them anyways. Ashraf. There's just a special case where we'll not release them. It's when we make them knights. But to have that, they need to have like 15 or more prowess at least. Otherwise, they are not worthy of knightness in our knightly companionship, because as you can see, we just have the better knights, better than anyone else. That's why we always win these battles so crazily. What shall we look out for? Oh, Pontus. Yeah, it's Catholic. It's good. Philip the Flayer of Pontus. Is he a flagellant or what? No, he's a pilgrim. A torturer. What the heck? He's a lifestyle trait. He's a torturer? That's terrible. Would we declare war on him because he's a torturer? We could seize the Dejura lands. I would be this, but he has strong allies. And there's still a lot of enemies of another faith there, right? The Fari Borsid Emirate, for example. Raise the men-at-arms, hire the knights. It's time again. time to strike. Fruela, one of the most flexible leaders in our history. We'll wait in Ardestan for an arduous battle. Release everyone. Child of my dynasty, Pinolu Olias de Cantabria. Jacob. Yeah, Jacob. Let's name him Jacob. Who shall educate him? Alfonso de Cantabria. And whom shall he marry? Egilona Velasquez Robertine San. Wonderful. Yeah, we'll do that. Here we go. May you grow strong and wise. Already religious, the little one. Dietmar and Ines are now married. Wonderful. My skilled vassal. Wait, though. We need to go back a little. Vassal King Azur has proven himself highly capable, especially in academic matters. There's some projects I would like to undertake in the county of Attica, Malit, with your blessing, of course. Sure, do that. I trust you'll be good. Oh no, Ifni died. Really? Oh my goodness. He was only 83. He died gout-ridden. Terrible, terrible gout. Dynasty bust legitimized. Peter Livigaldiana can die. Why is he in prison? Release him. Come on. He's been accepted. He's a legitimized bastard, but he's not free. Little Peter, take this money and maybe you can release yourself. Sending the kid the money. Ooh, there's quite a huge army coming. Once we've mobilized, though. Oh, that will not be good. Another child. Another Diego this time. Azur. Yeah, why not Azur? Call him Azur. We've got the best knights. The best spouses, I hope. Fatima Biquin Sota. May you grow strong and wise. Charge! You'll be betrothed, and we'll take them on. Charge! Another snake court. My treasure. These are marrying. Guishat didn't put two. Is no longer our bodyguard. Ah, he married someone. I guess. Oh, he's now in Toulouse. Okay. Well, we need a new bodyguard, apparently. Other one, Estebanu. He's excellent at that. I'll take him on. Charge! Take them out! They're coming now. They're supporting this. Really? Are you mad? Oh, no! And with this, We have won. But this is the end. The end date of the game has been reached. For centuries, we have followed the dynasty of Livigeldiana, and it has grown into a dynasty of legendary prestige. Respected by all, but have you truly died while your founding of the Kingdom of Portugal? Will you be forever remembered? This is the dynasty. The dynasty has had 18,323 members, 221 houses. This is its symbol. We have went for 69,000 renown, nearly 70,000 renown now. Living members 7,046. Who were in the lineage? Emperor Sancho. That's us. Formidable warrior. Most of us have been formidable warriors. Now we're a disgraced sinner? Nah, we're not a disgraced sinner. What's wrong with that? We're a religious icon and a living legend. What the hell? We started maybe that like that. But hey, we've had the best of times. The absolute best. Sancho the Second. Yeah, that's Sancho the Third, Sancho the Second, Sancho the First. Rodrigo the Third. The oldest one of them all. Emperor Velasco the Third. A legendary man. Rodrigo only ruled for 5 years but was very successful. Who ruled the longest? Really. Emperor Sancho the First ruled for 63 years. Was one of the longest reigns. And yeah, Emperor Velasco the First. For 72 years he ruled. Came 89. Emperor Rodrigo the First, Christian the Fourth, Christian the Third, Christian the Second, Christian the First, the Dwarven Emperor. Emperor Guyen, the first emperor, ruled for 45 years. King Adolfonso at 64 for 16 years. Adolfonso II, 82 for 42 years. Rodrigo ruled for 16 years and only went to become 58. And the first one was King Adolfonso I. Led the groundwork and ruled for a whole 49 years. A devoted servant of the church. And our founding father. It has been a great campaign. Thank you for watching and happy gaming to you. In the end, it is often going forward as some tasks become repetitive if the empire becomes so huge. And if you want to manage it relatively well, then some tasks are just like that. For example, taking care of the kids. We haven't taken care of the kids very carefully. We just relied on the filters in the end. Whereas at the start we could go and look, would they fit together and so on. And now we were just seeing, hey, will this give healthy kids, basically? And that was the main thing. So there is another dimension to all of this. Right at the start, you have a very, very small realm and a fascinating management. The characters are very, very important that you meet. And in the end, it's all... Yeah, some characters are still very important to you, but it's only the close family. It's only the people that have a lot of power. And in the end, you can be so powerful that no one really can touch you. So thank you for watching and playing along. I'm gonna look now if we can have some kind of replay of this campaign, and then we will watch that together, and I'll comment a little bit on that. I'll exit now to the main menu, I think. Here we can see them again. Our relatively fat but very powerful king, his wife, and our grumpy looking son. All in all, we have also kept the looks relatively the same mostly, with a different phase in between, but one can see that it's been relatively pure-blooded overall, but not over the top, so everyone becomes inbred. So it seems that there's no real replay, so we'll continue from this game again and just have a look at the map. That's the last autosave we had for our game. Okay. And we cannot really end this here. We'll load the autosave before that. To just have a look at the map together. Yeah, that's that war that we're leading, but in the end, the game is now complete. I mean, we can have a big look at our empire, but we're focused on our empire a lot. We'll just look how the world has developed now. What are the duchy titles? The duchy titles are plentiful. There are more duchies than ever before. How's the kingdoms? There's a lot of kingdoms that have been created, as you can see here, and they're just everywhere around the map. And some of them have developed into real kingdoms, like England or Subme or Tahert, Maghreb, these kinds of things. The empires are here. There's Tataria, there's Mongolia, and there's the Byzantine Empire, theoretically. And there is Portugal. Portugal is a giant empire now. The faiths. Catholic. Of course, our Catholic faith now controls nearly all of the holy sites. The holy site of Jerusalem, the holy site of Rome, the holy site of Cologne, the holy site of Canterbury, and the holy site of Santiago. So we control all of our own holy sites. What we have not taken is Constantinople, something that we wanted to take, but it seemed out of character to attack with force other Christians, as long as there are Muslims or other faiths in the so-called holy founding lands around this place, roughly. Then there's Asatru. Asatru still exists, which is something really special in the real world. It ceased to exist around 1100. The Ukomenusku faiths also disappeared. The Subme faiths, the faiths around here, except the Asatru, all disappeared. But there's the steppe faiths and so on. They are still there. Even Turumik, Kuzarite, Old Tengri, as you can see, is really strong still. New Tengri hasn't really established itself. There's Sabian, there's Manchean, there's Sengi, Maturidi. There's a big branch of Catholic here that was caused by a whole realm here converting from Ashari faith to Catholic, probably through one of our converts that became the ruler here. I mean, they're tick by tick converting here. Of course, under attack from the others, but thanks to us, they are not in danger. The Indian faiths haven't been so dominant. Ashari faith has been very successful. It has just been here and then developed into these realms everywhere. The Vaishnavit and the Theravada, the Nangchos, the Sabian, the Vaishnavit. They've all been but it's really, really impressive how the Ashari faith has kept itself, even being under constant attack by us. And of course that also gave them fervor, which helped them probably spread their faith further east then. The characters of this faith have done a fantastic job in keeping alive. I mean, they could have been eaten from the east, right? But they did not falter. And we have cultures here, as you can see. our own Asturias culture is relatively small. It has expanded, but not much. It would have been the better choice probably from gameplay to hybridize a lot, things like that. But from the roleplay, we just stayed our Asturias here, or Occitano Asturias here. We lost our original kingdom of Asturias, but we established in the middle of the Iberian the Iberian territory. We established really a really strong power base that was hard to attack because of these mountains here. It was really well defended and well defendable, and everything was good for us because of this decision. That included using really these mountains. That was a very safe territory. So the crown lands were extremely safe. That was a very good decision. You cannot attack like surprise attack from the coast. Everyone has to go inland first to reach the capital. So the capital of Toledo has been like just a very, very good choice for us. All in all, it's just so hard to reach. It's so hard to attack. It's one of the best places that you can have. Maybe even better would be here, but this was just a wonderful position to be in for a capital area, as you can see here. What we have not managed to do, because we did also not ruthlessly follow it, was like establish a couple of realms that would stay here forever. But we have always had like 10 counties. After a while, we always had 10 counties here in Iberia, and that was pretty good for us. Many cultures are still alive because we didn't convert or hybridize a lot, so there's still a lot of diversity there. Something that has mostly helped us, in my opinion, as some empires try to aggressively attack other cultures, and we did not do that. We just wanted to convert, but we did not really aggressively go against that. The houses, which controls what? That was the house de Cantabria. Here the house de Pereira, that took over Bohemia. That was also of the Visigoth dynasty. So as you can see, the Cantabria controlled nearly everything, nearly like a quarter of the map, I'd say. But it was really successful how we controlled that. Then some houses really stayed strong, like the Carlings, for example, combined with other families. The Kuiper, surprisingly. The Densek, the Gautske, that's also something prominent. Then we have of Bebenborg here, really interesting, and they went into a Satru faith even. Then Garda Varviai, so very exotic ones. The Jutes here, the Bulgarids, Chudi, and even some kind of Jewish culture faith around here in a relatively big area. The Kizil Kulid, together with the Mongols, the Tong, Banu Sama, Dinakaran, the Muhammadids that have an own house. Governments. Most of the governments, as you can see, were feudal, but tribal was still strong there, and clan as well, which is kind of similar to tribal, but can also have access to the royal courts. So feudal definitely dominated. It has just, when realms get bigger, feudal has big advantages. Otherwise, tribal is very fierce because of the many troops that you can have. How's the development? The development was good, mostly along here, Portugal, as you've seen, but also mostly around the Muslim faiths. They really did an excellent job. They have the highest probably ever. I mean, we also did well, like Toledo and so on. But this is going into the 70s, so is like a whole other thing, while the harsh climate, really you have to pay the toll there, and the development stays really, really, really down. The terrains of the map, yeah, that's a lot of rocky terrain and stuff, as you can see. And we have also gone into a lot of deserts, for example. Counties and the court languages. And you can see that is where the dominance is truly seeable. Most courts, even of different faiths or cultures, accepted Iberian Volga. Only the Mongols could kind of stop that. Some Iranians, some Magadis, and the Anglic could stop that. And there's a little bit of Italian Volga here. And also in some tribal governments, there was just no court language because they did have no court at all. This was our beautiful, beautiful campaign. It was a lot of fun for me. I hope it was a lot of fun for you too. It always changes its character. It's at the start it's very personal, and at the end it's going more into a whole strategic top-down perspective. And it has definitely been extremely interesting and revealing for me. I've learned so much about the game, also from some comments. And yeah, I really thank you all for being here with me and going on this great journey. I've also learned a lot, like, from the dynamics, what history does and what history has done, and how it all like works together. Some things have gone click, 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 and one can really say that this is a suitable historic simulator with all the fun and odd things in there. Once it gets to a certain size level that you manage, you really see what is used for what, or what has been done for what reason, sometimes by very, very, I would say, cold, even psychopathic people. Because that's the perspective that you develop when you manage such a giant realm, right? A life is just a number now, and that's really a psychopathic view. While when you're like in a very small realm, it's very, very personal. Everything is personal. Every decision about a man's life is important. That's the thing. If you have small managed units, the world is a better one for the people involved. If you have a huge empire, centralized government of a huge area and tons and tons of people, then people become numbers, and it's not that personal anymore. Only the really big guys matter. It's a cold and rather soulless world, then, except for a select few that will be accepted as who they are. The rest is just like an anonymous mass that isn't really in the perception of the ones ruling, right? That's the change of perception when you go from a very small realm to a very big realm. It is outright scary how your perspective changes and how your view on the lives of the virtual people changes. Like, it's not something that you really recognize maybe that easily, but it's a development that comes little step by little step. And in the end, you fight with hundreds of thousands of men against other hundreds of thousands, and you lose 20,000 men. It's just a number. And when you lose like 500 men at the start of the game, it's a huge tragedy. You mourn every one of them. And it's it's just a huge impact. But if it gets into the big numbers, then it's just a game and an atmosphere of numbers anymore, except for the select few top characters. Your perspective changes, and that's something that you can often see in very big and centralized governments around the world, everywhere. If you're in a small country with not that many people, things will be a lot more chill and a lot more friendly towards you. Or if you're in like an unruled part of a huge land territorially, then the forgotten people there, sometimes they are really desperate because no one cares and it's a bad situation, but sometimes it's a comfy thing because there's little communities there and everyone counts, and that's a world that is thankfully achievable again in part online, and also, if you really go for it, achievable in a personal life, that you have a group of people that matters. It's not a huge group, because that would again change the perspective and only make the really prominent, big, powerful, rich ones the stars. That is not something that you want to see. It's not a cool thing to have that, because then you're just a follower, a nothing. While if you're in a small community of people that you can all recognize, it's a whole better life. And otherwise you could be just part of a strategic simulation. That's scary, but let's work on it, that it doesn't become a strategic simulation for us life. It's as much as I love to play the strategic simulations, I'm the player there. In life, you will not be the player most often. And but if you have this small community, be it friends, be it colleagues, be it like a business network, a small one, be it people from a certain region of a certain interest, it will always create a space for us, for you, where you can have really influence into things that happen. And that is the most important thing, to create these little spaces where we can leverage our influence, because that creates a diversity of opinions. And this diversity of opinions and this diversity of like a tolerance, that really is, I feel like, the human base of it all. Connected through a common interest, but tolerant to the people in your small community that you might know all. Be it like 10 people or 50 or maybe even 200. It's a community that can really move a lot if you go for a specialized thing, and that's something that we all should try to achieve, because it enables so much in us. It's a connection that is not into nothingness, that doesn't change anything. If you take a small enough part of the world, you can really move the mountains in this world, together with the people in that special part of a world that you might create for yourself. Let's create worlds like this together and places like this together, where we can meet together and have fun together and have an influence. So have a great time until next time, and happy gaming. This is Immanuel Khan signing out. See you soon, and happy gaming. Have a great time until next time, and may God protect you.